Good morning and welcome to Live in a Greenhouse on YouTube. If you're new here, this channel is about my journey to design, build, and then live in the first greenhouse enclosed tiny home in the United States. It's been a long time coming, but there's finally dirt in the planting beds in both the food garden and around the sitting area, so it is full steam ahead, planting up as fast as I can. So if you enjoy this content, please like and subscribe so it can reach more viewers, and come along today for a week in the life of planting in the greenhouse on a small island. Last week, a neighbor let me dig a bunch of plants from her yard. Given all the delays preparing the beds, I potted them up to hold until I could get them in the ground. Now I can lay them out with the herbs I'd started from seed. Going to try the lemon tree here as the edge between the sitting area and border bed. The rest are holding in the area under the peach tree. Some have not yet recovered from transplanting. I need to deadhead the carnations and get them into the ground. The parsley will go into the ground, but I think the mint and thyme will stay in the container. The west end of the greenhouse is planned as a food garden, following the food forest layering principles. So far I've planted the tree layer, but not really sure what will grow well in each section, so this season I'm mostly experimenting by trying to plant a few of the vegetables in multiple locations to see what does best. This purple bed has bok choy, carrots, radish, tomato, spinach, lettuce, and watermelon. I need to spread the compost and get the bamboo for the beans and tomato trellis before I can plant the purple bed on the left. This may be a serene view of this adolescent gently eating weeds. You would never know that about 10 minutes ago he ran through the greenhouse. He came in the double doors on the west, ran past the living room where I was working, but instead of going out the east door, he got spooked and jumped into the east end of the pool, swam to the west end, and then out the west door again. Fortunately, the deer, the plants, and the structure were not hurt. But now I'll put bungee cords across the entry until I can get something more permanent. It's still a little strange to not see the lemon, lime, and carnations that have been outside the living room for the last 7 months. After a few hours of planting, it's nice to sit to assemble irrigation components. And there are flowers in the greenhouse. What a concept! As a single person, I generate about 1 bag of garbage per month. So I share waste pickup service with a group of people on the other end of the island. Come along today as I drive my bag over. Poison hemlock runs amok on the island and is almost identical to Queen Anne's lace, which is also prevalent on the island. The county mows the side of the road a couple times a year. Back in April, we took a right at this intersection to tour the island interior. This time we'll take the shore road. There are a few places the sea has undercut the bank, so the road is down to 1 lane. As another example of community spirit, neither direction has priority. When cars approach from opposite directions, someone stops, the other passes, and both drivers wave. Our little 21-car county ferry is a 5-minute ride across the channel. This little hut washed up during a December storm. Now it's repurposed as beach lost and found. The jumbo-class state ferries carry hundreds of cars to the outer San Juan Islands. After dropping off the garbage, I continue on the big circle through the island interior. Tomorrow is a strawberry Sunday social at the park to benefit the library. The roadside stands are starting to have flowers in addition to eggs. Matt, my builder, lives on the mountain not too far from those towers. He has an awesome view. Then down the hill to the swamp. This valley used to belong to a family farm that is now, I think, owned by a land trust. Debate rages whether or not this was formed due to beavers, but as the water rises, the road has been raised a couple times. At least once a day, I walk around to record progress, and today the winner is the carrots have sprouted. These are not the correct emitters for this area, but they'll do until the correct ones arrive next week. Up early the next morning to go to Seattle, about 80 miles away, for work. No wind, and the water was like glass. This mini cuke was just holding here until its home was ready, but now I don't want to risk moving it, so it gets a cage to grow on. Now that I've raided my sister's yard for bamboo, I can plant these pole beans and tomatoes. and then bush beans in the middle. Indeterminate tomato on these teepees. And seeds around the poles. It's been a while since I've checked on whether the cages are working to keep the deer from these pansies and hydrangea. Seem to be working well. Wild strawberries that I got before the chipmunks. Never seen this before. Please post in the comments if you know what it is. Although a bit late in the season for peas, they're growing slowly up to the trellis, and these cukes have put on their second leaves. Experimenting with a couple watermelon mounds. And the spinach and lettuce are just breaking the surface. But this watermelon has not yet. There are still 3 healthy peaches on this tree I planted last fall. Lots of new growth on the key line. The sunflowers are finally recovering from transplant, and lots of new growth on the olive tree. And there you have it. A good start on flowers and herbs around the sitting area, and 3 raised beds almost fully planted with fruits and vegetables, including this gorgeous purple bean. Thank you for watching. Please like, subscribe, and share with your friends, and come back next time for the end of the month walk around.